Who owns Antarctica? Antarctica is the windiest, coldest and dry and most uninhabited region on the planet, with 98% of the continent covered in miles of thick ice and limited resources. Antarctica is easily the most natural and hospitable place on Earth. Still, that barrier of ice cap covers a tenth of the world's land.
And as we know, most countries aren't super willing to let unclaimed land stay unclaimed. Currently, 51 countries have joined international control over Antarctica, with several claiming overlap and jurisdiction over certain portions. So, who exactly controls Antarctica? Well, back when there was still unexplored land ready for the taking in order to control a territory, you usually had to be an aboriginal inhabitant, a powerful occupying force, or at the very least, the first person to show up.
In Antarctica's case, there are no indigenous peoples, not even an occupying force. And even today, there is no permanent human population. So it's hard to argue that any one dominant nation controls the continent. Throughout the 19th and the early 20th centuries, a number of expeditions to Antarctica led to many surrounding islands and bays being claimed by different countries.
The first was the United Kingdom, which attempted to lay claim to most of the continent. This land grab worried international powers. In around the 1930s, France, Norway, Argentina, Chile, and Nazi Germany began carving out their own territorial claims. Following the end of World War II, Germany lost any claim to the land, and the US asserted its own territorial dominion.
By 1959, following a period of scientific frenzy on the continent, 12 countries signed the Antarctic Treaty, establishing the area as a condominium. No, not like the type of housing. It means that multiple countries mutually agree to have equal sovereignty over territory, although technically all the previous territory claims are still in effect.
Since then, a few dozen more countries have joined on to the Antarctica Treaty. So who owns Antarctica? Well, in short, no one and everyone, the Antarctica Treaty established the continent as scientific preserve, only to be used for peaceful scientific purpose. That means no military activity or nuclear testing and free sharing of any scientific discoveries.
Plus, there is an environmental moratorium on mining and drilling until at least 2048. As of now, Antarctica may be one of the few places in the world where mutual international cooperation has led to peaceful dispute resolution and uninhibited scientific research. Things are equally complicated on the opposite side of our planet too, and the debate over the North Pole gets a lot more messy. To learn why, check out our video here.
To put into basic terms, each nation owns the natural resources of any water or land under that water, so long as it's within 200 nautical miles of their shores, or up 300 nautical miles of their continental shelf.